Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast, Cybertruckin the Keys. Here is our first stop. Now, I'm going to give you a little intro on the Keys and why we're stopping here for just a minute. So, from the mainland, right, the last place you'll have is Homestead, Florida. From Homestead, there's 18 miles of what people call Blue Highway. That's because there's concrete barriers. They're painted in ocean blue, and you drive on that highway for 18 miles. You come across onto the Keys, onto Key Largo. Now, Key Largo was the very first key I ever came to in the Florida Keys back 15 years ago. Okay? The interesting thing about the Keys is that it's all islands connected. But Key Largo is about 20 miles long. It's a pretty long island. So, some words of advice if you stay in Key Largo. Know where everything is, because you might stay in one place, but want to go to places that are 18 miles away, and that can take you half an hour of driving to all the places. So make sure you know the area first. Now, briefly stop me here because also Caribbean Club. In 1948, Humphrey Bogart, Laura McCall filmed Key Largo right here at the world famous Caribbean Club. Now, also some Humphrey Bogart nostalgia. You can actually rent to go on a tour with the boat used in Humphrey Bogart's African Queen movie. Okay? So you've got some Humphrey Bogart tours. People come here for the drinks. They also come here and say, I was there where they filmed Key Largo. The Keys are now known for filming lots of great series. Most recently on Apple TV, Vince Vaughn and Bad Monkey, which will be starting season 2. That shoots in Key West, some in Miami, but mostly in Key West. For those of you who have Netflix and enjoy the Keys, you may be familiar with Bloodline. Okay, Bloodline had several seasons filmed, mostly in Almirada, some in Homestead, some in Key Largo, some in other parts of the Keys, but focus on Almirada, which we're going to in future episodes. Also, Roadhouse 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor, that was not filmed here. The only part of that movie that was filmed here was when they went to the 7 Mile Bridge and they filmed Fred the Tree right there on the 7 Mile Bridge. But we go way back, and we have the infamous Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Big Lies. That was filmed, famous helicopter scene at night at the 7 Mile Bridge in Marathon. That's a movie you probably need to go out and watch again because that movie was great. You can see some beautiful scenes there in Marathon. So lots of great filming here, especially with Cybertruck and the Keys. So that's our intro for this first episode. Hi, it's Mark from the Cyberbeast, Cybertruckin in the Keys. Here we are at Dolphins Plus in Key Largo. Now they've got a couple locations, the Key Largo location. Here we have the Dolphin Swims. Now these aren't just swims for kids. People of all ages do these swims. They have special ones for people that are 55 and older. They also have group ones. They've got internships too. So a lot of the staff here are working on summers and throughout the year preparing for their career in marine wildlife. They do a lot of rescues. In fact, each week there is a new rescue, whether it's a dolphin, a whale, a turtle. They do it all right here. This is a great nonprofit. So we're excited to be a part of this organization. We actually help them out with some of the fundraising. So here we are, and we've actually got a couple of people who did one of the dolphin swims here recently. And behind me, you'll see the dolphins jumping. You'll see people getting pulled with the dolphins as part of the experience. And it's a great education. It's not just here for, there we go, look at that. It's not just here for the dolphins, it's for education. These dolphins, and I want to make sure we're clear about a few things. We're going to interview Hunter in a little bit, but these dolphins aren't in captivity against their will. They were rescued and rehabbed, and by federal law, they can't be released for certain reasons with their rehab and rescue. So they're here to help educate, help people understand more about why Dolphins Plus is so important and rescuing them. And as you can see, they're getting some food behind me as well. It's a very deep pool. They have a great life right here. And this is a must-see. Now, there are some other places, like Theater of the Sea and others in the Keys, but what's special about this place, this is a actual rescue and rehab, okay? And that's what I can't stress enough. So when you come to the Keys, this isn't Key Largo, the first key you're gonna get to. You're gonna have to come here and enjoy an afternoon here and the experience. So we're actually gonna go over and talk to a couple of people who just had a pleasant swim with the dolphins. Let's go over and talk to them. Okay, so just a reminder, Dolphins Plus is actually rebranding the Dolphin Life soon, okay? So it's a whole new rebranding coming out. But here I am with John and Gabby. They just did the Dolphin Swim experience. Guys, how was it?
Amazing. It was so neat.
Yeah, I would categorize it as life-changing. You really care about these animals. You know, they're easy to love. They're a lot more graceful and smooth than you would imagine. Very powerful. I think the range is between 300 to 450 pounds. And so they're imposing. They're imposing creatures. They're not small by any stretch. They're about 6 feet tall, maybe 9 feet. We learned a lot. So it's very educational. You really do believe that you're a part of it. You're part of the whole process, and I can't thank the staff enough for being so welcome and their training of even our experience.
And they're very trusting of those. I mean, you said they're 250, 300 pounds and they're pulling you along.
Right.
But you felt at ease.
Right, you know, it's intimidating whenever you get into their turf, their domain. You get a sense that you know, you just don't know what it's going to be like, especially a first-time participant. So it was definitely intimidating, I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first, but Hunter, he walked us through it, kind of gave us a little background education with the dolphins, and then once you get in there, it's amazing. They're very, very gentle.
You can tell it's a top-notch staff, and they've been well-trained. They walk through the commands. We were actually in with a senior dolphin, Jessica, and a juvenile male tug, who's extremely playful. They can really play off of your energy. So I recommend that if you're coming here to just relax, just settle into the experience and just know that you're going to be okay, you're going to be taken care of, and the animals will feed off of your energy, so make sure you guard and protect your peace if you're going to do that.
And so you said that all the animals have names, and they had their own personalities, and you felt a couple of them were really, I guess, responded differently to how you interacted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tug, he was more very energetic, young boy, a lot of energy. Jessica, she's more timid, calmer.
She's the one who runs the show around here. She runs the campus, as they say, as Hunter described it. So whenever Tug would get out of line, she would kind of give him a little bit of a look and bring him back into line. So it is very much a community. It's a communal effort. You feel that. You immerse yourself in this. That's how I would categorize it, an immersive experience.
And this is a nonprofit, and they do take donations. And part of the money that goes to your fee for swimming with the dolphins helps fund, obviously, the fish they go through. I'm sure is pretty pricey. They talk about feeding them throughout the whole day, right?
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers, but it's staff, obviously, the facilities that were actually able to buy the facility. They are nonprofit organizations, they said. So it does require funding over the long term to sustain it. You need sustainability. There's always upgrades, and obviously taking care of feeding, and just also health. The dolphins need their own health care. They don't have the health insurance plans that we have, so they do have to maintain their health. They can tell when they're sick. They can tell by their mannerisms, and you know, it's a first class organization. Can't stress enough how amazing this place is.
And what they probably don't tell you is that these animals eat around the clock. So they have staff coming throughout the night to feed these animals. So again, a lot of it is their students who come and volunteer their time in their summers and so forth. And it's a learning experience for everyone. But I just wanted to kind of ask you guys what your experience was with swimming with these beautiful creatures.
Sure.
And I appreciate your time there, John, Gabby.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any parting words?
Well, again, it's I don't work here, so for me to articulate the information I can thus far is a testament to how much education we got just as a participant. So again, the staff is second to none. I believe it's the best facility around, and I would recommend it to anyone. It's certainly worth the time.
Yeah, I agree. It would be a good place to come if you're headed down this way to stop in and visit, see the dolphins.
Dolphin life.
Yeah.
And grab a t-shirt.
Yep.
And to add to the Keys atmosphere, Dolphin Life has these parrots under their tiki where they educate you before your swim.
Just so you know the size of this facility, we've got the main pool right here. We have a smaller pool for the smaller swims over there, but you also have across the lagoon another area right over there, and occasionally you'll see dolphins jump over by those yellow umbrellas. There's a whole other 2-pool section over there, and this is just the Key Largo location. They also have a location at Alamrada, mile marker 82. Now that one is more rehab. They have a 55,000-gallon tank where they will get sick creatures, bring them in and restore them to health, and that's where their vets are going to be. Now, we're going to have an episode on that as well, but I wanted to make sure we go ahead and just show you this group right here enjoying the afternoon with the dolphins. And again, this is totally for all ages. It is not for kids. It is not for 20-year-olds. It's for 60-year-olds. It's for any age. These creatures are just awesome. And it's just a great day to spend here and an educational, informative day. So here I am with Hunter. Now, we're going to ask you a bunch of questions because people out there have a bunch. But the first one I have to ask because I will forget. My wife's an artist. Your dolphins are artists. Is that the case?
They do paint, yes. So they are trained to, we give them a paintbrush with some paint on it and hold the canvas out, and they create whatever creations they would like to create.
And you sell those works of art here?
We do. They're in our gift shop. We create them about on a monthly basis, and sometimes it doesn't make it the whole month. We have to do it again. They're very popular.
Good. Well, put them to work, for their fish, right?
Yeah.
So, one of the things too, I wanted to ask, ice cubes. You give them fish for treats and rewards, but also ice cubes.
Yeah. So the dolphins honestly do all of the behaviors that we ask them to do. They will do for many different reinforcers, not always just fish, but we do give them ice cubes. They enjoy the ice cubes. We make them non-flavored, sugar-free gelatin. That's part of every day of being a dolphin trainer, is making jello for the dolphins for the next day. And that just helps keep them nice, hydrated, keeps their kidneys flushed out, but they also enjoy it as reinforcement as well.
Awesome. Now, you guys didn't go out and grab these guys out of the ocean and put them here. How did they all get here? Because everyone wants to know, oh my God, they're in captivity. Why are you doing this? And I mentioned it before, but we want to hear the whole story.
So this is one of my favorite things to talk about. So our organization adopted the care of these 6 animals back in 2018. Most of these animals were born right here. The 2 that weren't born here lived here since 1980, which is, times were totally different in 1980 about dolphins and how they were cared for and how they were managed. And so, but because these 6 animals were either born here or have lived here for so long, they cannot be released to the wild. In fact, our federal government prohibits us from even letting them out into the wild for short periods of time. We used to give these dolphins, we had Dolphin Day off, and we would open gates in the fence line and let them out to the canal, which leads out to the ocean. Not one time did they ever swim away or not come back. Every single time they came back. And most of the time they didn't even leave. We would love to do that again, but unfortunately we're not able to through federal regulations. And beyond that, they would prevent us from ever trying to release these dolphins to the wild, even if we wanted to.
So if I'm hearing everything correct, I'm going to reiterate it 5 more times, is that it's a federal law. So they're here to help educate, promote this center, correct?
Yeah, so these dolphins, because they can't be released, they could live to be 50, 60 years old.
Oh, wow.
Our oldest is about 47. Our youngest is only 9 years old, or will turn 9 actually in a few months. So these animals could be here another 40 or 50 years, some of them.
Wow.
And because they can't survive on their own, it's our job to make sure that they're well taken care for. Now, humans, they love interacting with humans. They find that enriching and fun, and we teach them that it's a fun activity. And because of that, we're able to bring people in, connect them with the dolphins that are here, teach them about wild dolphin conservation and what we do. And it also not only funds their care, their veterinary care, their food, all of that. It allows us to go out and rescue their cousins who are sick or in need of help.
Now, how often do you get phone calls from people who spot whether it's dolphins or other animals that are out there, and what other animals do you care for?
So my favorite, we get calls a lot for rubber tires or free-floating logs, things that people think are dolphins. But on average, about every other month, we're going to get a call that there's a dolphin that needs help. But it's totally random, completely unpredictable. Just last week, we had 2 calls back-to-back, and the week before that, we had another call that were all confirmed animals. Happily, for 2 of them, they were free swimming, they were okay, or one of them was free swimming and okay. The second one had a shark bite that was healing, so it was okay. And unfortunately, the third one was a young juvenile that had to be euthanized. So.
And other mammals and stuff that you rescue?
Yeah, so we do not only bottlenose dolphins, we do small whale species. We will respond to large whale species. So let's say there is a really large baleen whale, or we responded to 2 sperm whales back in 2023, I believe. So it's any cetacean, so any marine mammal that's here in the Florida Keys. And we go and help our friends that rescue manatees as well. So it's a team sport rescuing animals.
Awesome. And I see this t-shirt saves lives. I've got mine. You've got these shirts available online, so folks who maybe are not visiting the Keys, when they watch this video, they can go to the description below, click on the link, and this actually helps fill the tank that you have, the rescue tank coming out, right?
It does, yeah. So we can't bring, when we go out and we help sick animals, we can't bring them back here to this property because these guys are healthy, and we wouldn't want to transmit disease to these healthy animals. So we had to build a new dolphin ICU and hospital down in Isla Mirada, and we're about $46,000 that we have on the final leg of that, and these t-shirts are helping us raise that money.
So these folks need to pay about $10,000 more in t-shirts to help fill that tank,
exactly.
Is that correct?
That would be awesome.
Awesome. Now, what else can you tell me? How long have you been here? How long has this place been in operation? Just a little history about the place, because we all want to know just how many years you guys been helping these animals.
So this particular facility has been here since 1980. So it opened its doors in 1980 under a different name, under a different business and organization that our Dolphin Life organization has evolved out of. And so since 1980, our first rescue I think was 1987. And so in 1987, they did the first rescue, rehab, and released 4 rough-toothed dolphins right here in Key Largo. And we've been rescuing animals ever since, over 700 in our total history. But we adopted this facility, or kind of took over this facility, our nonprofit did, in 2018. Okay. And since 2018, we've been here taking care of these animals, continuing our rescue legacy throughout the entire Florida Keys, all the way down to the Dry Tortugas, a big 10,000 square mile area. And then here in just a few days, we're launching our next chapter, the Dolphin Life brand, which is just going to bring to light and highlight more of all the good things that we do for dolphins, not only in our care, out in the wild too.
That was one of the questions I was going to finally finish up with, is the Dolphin Life, the rebranding of kind of like your name. So that launches in a couple weeks, right?
It launches in just a few very short days. I have a countdown going because we are so excited. Up until now, our history, our name, our branding, it's been a little bit confusing for people to understand, a little bit dense, and in my opinion, a little on the serious side. So we workshopped earlier this year everything that we needed to do to help these dolphins more, or things that we could do to help these dolphins more. And one of the things that came out of that was creating a really fun brand. And so this takes up the perfect example of it, you know, just having fun,
Dolphin
being
Life.
entertaining, and making sure that those proceeds and everything that we're doing goes back to improving the lives of dolphins and whales, whatever that looks like. So we've got some hot pink coming crashing through the door, some party vibes, but party for the planet vibes, or party for a porpoise vibe, if you will, to make helping dolphins and whales super fun. And that's one of the things people can do here in Key Largo, is come have a blast with our dolphins, and it helps them and their wild cousins.
One of the final questions, probably the final question I have, is if we have some young students out there who just, they look at this and it just speaks to them. This is what they want to do the rest of their lives because they're jealous of you. Everyone out there is jealous. You're here every day, gorgeous weather, taking care of these beautiful creatures. They can do summer internships.
They can. We have not only summer internships, fall internships, and spring internships. And it can be very expensive down here in the Florida Keys, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So to help make those learning opportunities more accessible and available, we now offer housing for our interns.
Awesome.
So we are, part of our rebrand is emphasizing that these animals are going to be here for a long time. So we need the next generation of people to not only know how to care for them, but to improve their care. And that starts with our internship program and teaching people what we know and how to think and evolve and innovate to make their lives better for the time that they're going to be here, and hopefully their counterparts in the ocean as well.
Well, we all appreciate the work you do, and obviously someone has to do it. You know, these creatures are here way before we came to the Keys, and we want them to continue to be here for years, and healthy years. So Hunter, I appreciate your time. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks
all
for
you do
stopping
here.
by. I
And,
appreciate your tank top.
Of course,
It looks
and
great.
by the way, there's a backside to that.
Yeah.
So
Mark, we
definitely.
might have to have you model this for our channel. Yeah. You get some photos for our website. You make it look good.
All right, Hunter.
Thanks for
again.
stopping by.
And we got more to show you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Okay, so that was Dolphins Plus, now rebranding as Dolphin Life. Now, the next stop is going to be John's General Store.
I'll usually manually back out of a parking spot and out of a parking lot, get onto the main road before I go ahead and engage the FSD. But before I did that, I entered the navigation of my Tesla Cybertruck, the location for John's General Store, and it's real easy. You just put in the address, and it's very up to date with all the latest, because this store is only about a year old. So here we are heading out into the main road, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on 4X mode this time, slow it down a little bit so you can see exactly how it drives. Okay, I slowed the recording to real-time mode for the last, I don't know, quarter mile or so to John's General Store. This technology Tesla has for full self-driving learned entirely by AI. It just watched hundreds and hundreds, actually hundreds of thousands of hours of good drivers to see how you are supposed to drive. And I've driven thousands of miles each way on FSD from South Carolina to Florida totally flawlessly. So I have no problem driving around Key Largo and driving into John's General Store here and taking over to find a parking spot and start filming and interviewing the man himself, John Chaffee. And we'll be going to his other stores, the Sandal Factory, in just a few episodes. So stay tuned. This is not John. It's the welcome gorilla here at John's General Store. And as you're coming down A1A, otherwise known as Jimmy Buffett Highway, you look up and you see the sign for John's General Store, cheap beer. The great thing is all the wood on the outside of this store is all reclaimed. This is all reclaimed wood on the outside of John's General Store. And of course, while you're here, if you're hungry, there's a couple trucks right behind me. We've got fresh ice cream in case it's a hot day like today where it's 95 degrees and you need to cool off. You can grab that ice cream and sit at one of the picnic tables and enjoy your ice cream. But before you have ice cream, you have to have your meat. You can't have any meat or any pudding if you don't eat your meat, right? So we actually have two different food trucks here for smash burgers. We've got Danny and Mike's smash burgers here. And we've got the B&G spot, Chicago meets Philly, in case you want more beef. Of course you want more beef. So whether it's hamburgers or beef, you can grab your lunch right there, literally right there across the street, John Pennekamp State Park. That's what you do. You come here, you grab everything you forgot, or maybe you plan to get it here, and you bring it over there across the street. And I'll tell you, in the morning, there's a line of people trying to get in there. And the good thing is, you don't have to come by covered wagon. You can just drive in. And John Pennekamp State Park, those of you who may not be aware, that's the home of the infamous statue of Christ that's in the water. People will snorkel down. It's about 25 feet deep. This is, I believe, the most visited state park in all of Florida, at least the Keys, okay? But John Pennekamp State Park, gorgeous place. Definitely want to go here on a day trip. And again, when you come here, right across the street, get everything you need from ice to soda to treats, get some souvenir t-shirts. But more importantly, just come here and enjoy the view. I mean, look, you've got an old style telephone booth, a couple more gas pumps here. You know, it definitely reminds you of Cracker Barrel, but it's Cracker Barrel meets the Keys. So John's General Store has been here 1 year, and he's had locations in the Keys for almost 30 years now. And John, like I said, has been part of this community, selling things people forget and need in the Keys, because guess what? In the Keys, there is no Walmart. There is no Target. The famous joke is, it's closer to Cuba than it is to Walmart. Mark of the Cyberbeast here, Cybertruckin in the Keys with John. Now, people might call you General John because it's John's General Store, but he's not really General, are you, John?
No.
So you got this name because really across the way is John Pennekamp.
John Pennecamp's Park.
Yep. And this is a great location because we're right across the street. So people who come to the camp, either the camp or to enjoy the day use of it, may have forgotten some things, right?
Right, we've got just about everything. We've got everything from iron skillets to footwear, sandals, shorts, a wall of candy, every beer made just about, and wine, and just about anything else you need.
Beer, bait, and ice, right? What else more do you
Bait,
need?
ice, fishing tackle, the works.
A lot of Yeti.
Yeti cups,
And then
Stanley
of course
Yeti.
you've got your t-shirt souvenirs.
We do. We do.
And it has a Cracker Barrel type look. Tell me about that.
That would probably be a good description. If you look at the ceiling of a Cracker Barrel, we have an awful lot of antiques, which they can be bought. We have a lot of snowshoes, some sleds. We have things you usually don't see in the Keys.
So when was the last time it snowed here, John?
Never. Yeah, snowshoes are actually used in the Keys.
Really? Tell us why.
Walking on the flats.
Ah,
Some people still use them for walking on the flats.
interesting. Now this store has been here, what, almost a year now?
Just about.
Interesting. And this isn't your first store. You actually have some others we're going to later, correct?
A few.
And that's Sandal Factory. We've got 8 locations here.
T-shirt City, Sandal Factory. We have 8 here in the Keys, but we have other places: North Carolina, West Coast of Florida. So we've got a lot of exposure.
And you probably hire a lot of people in the Keys, don't you?
A lot of employees. A lot. Some great people. We have people who've been with us 26 years.
Wow.
22, 26, 24. Some of them work for us, are managers, and they didn't speak English when they wanted to work for us originally. Now they do. We have 2 of those.
You're really a staple of the community, it sounds like.
We promote from within.
Awesome. And that's one of the reasons why we came here, because it may look like a corporate entity, but it really isn't. This is a Islamorada local,
Correct.
living here, part of the community, right?
More than 30 years.
Wow. Awesome. Now, John here put this together. This location, tell us what it used to be.
Used to be a video, I guess call it a video sex store. That's what it used to be.
An adult store.
And we went to Kentucky and we bought up some barn siding and had it milled down to do our floor and to do the exterior of the building. It's all recycled. The ceiling is recycled barn roofing.
Oh, wow.
Everything here is pretty much recycled. A lot of antiques, an enormous amount of antiques here.
That's incredible, because the story behind this, a lot of people were like, what's coming here? Because now they took away the sex shop, which everyone was glad that was gone, and they were really excited to see this. So, and you just got written up in the paper about that too, right?
Yeah, we did. We did a few articles, did a few interviews. I don't like to do interviews.
But you did it for me. I appreciate that, Joe. Now, we're not going to interview you again for the Sandal Factory, but we are going to go to those stores and check them out, because when you come to the Keys, you always forget something, right?
Correct. Fortunately for me.
What's your biggest selling item? What do people forget the most?
Oh, sandals, swimwear, hats, shorts, things like that. That's what sunglasses. We sell an awful lot of sunglasses. We have a great Maui gym, just about everything that can be made. Ray-Bans, any prime, high quality sunglasses we carry.
And your t-shirt factory, what is it, 4 t-shirts for $10?
4 for $10. You pick up t-shirt souvenirs, actually first quality t-shirts. They're really good value, but 4 of them for $10 to take back as souvenirs. It's one of our biggest sellers.
Got to bring back souvenirs. Aside from getting stuff you need, souvenirs. John, I know you got a bunch of other things to do, and I appreciate your time. You've been very generous for us coming here. We'll do some more filming at your place. Good luck with the store.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. So here I am walking through John's general store, and what you'll see, he has everything from Yetis to sandals to your t-shirts and hoodies, sunglasses. In fact, my wife petitioned me to get some Maui Jim sunglasses. You have adult beverages, you have kids beverages, you have candy, you have ice, you have bait, you have tackle. You can go ahead and get all your fishing gear. And you can always get things to take home with you. This store literally has everything, and it's just an awesome place to look at, just with all the decor, and especially the fact that you can actually get cowboy boots and cowboy hats in the Keys right here. Look, cowboy boots with an American flag. Where else? John's General Store. Came to the Keys and you don't have sunglasses, which are a must. You've got Pit Viper, Costa, Oakley, Chili's, Maui Jim, as I told you my wife just got. This place has everything and then some. Remember, you're not going to go find a Target or a Walmart anywhere in the Keys.
So this is why we have John's General Store. A lot of collectibles and souvenirs, all here at John's General Store, including a diving bell helmet. We have an American Indian and non-functional gas station filler across the top. Some amazing replicas and actually originals. They have everything, including cowboy boots. Come to the Keys and get cowboy boots. And if you're selling cowboy boots, you have to sell cowboy hats. Going to John Pennekamp State Park, you got to get snorkels, tackling gear in case you want to get some fishing while you're at the state park, bags of ice, which you need to cool off, and every key lime pie is different in the Keys, so when you come to John's General Store, you can even get the bite-sized small ones to enjoy. The great thing about the General Store is this selection of sodas, all different kinds, all in glass bottles, which are actually healthier for you than metal cans. And of course, if you don't like sodas, there's always water. We have an entire wall with all different kinds of candies. Everything from the old style to the new style. Any kid will be happy to get their choice of sweets here. And if you're over 21, since you're here in Florida, Cantrip is THC infused soda. I can confirm this packs a wallop. It's a fun drink if you just want to chill out. They have cola, root beer, orange, and grape soda, and variety of concentrates from 10 milligrams to 50. And we have a beautiful wife, my wife Dolly, right in front of the key lime pie bars, which are delectable. And these key lime pie bars are actually frozen. That's why they're here in the freezer. And on a stick, so it's a lot easier to eat than a traditional key lime pie. Also, if you forgot your adult beverages, guess what we have here? We have a variety of beer, wine, and actually margarita, which is only 14% alcohol. It's not the true tequila, but it's what they're allowed to do. And many people's favorite, buzz balls. And of course, ice cream, Butterfinger, Snickers, drumsticks. Next stop, we're gonna go charge up. There's a strip mall right down the road in Key Largo with Electrify America to get the charge we need to continue on with our day. So we're gonna put it in FSD and have it drive us there. Okay, we're gonna manually drive out of the parking lot, and once we get on Overseas Highway, it's gonna be full self-driving, hands off the wheel to our next stop, which is Electrify America for a quick charge. As we drive down A1A, Jimmy Buffett Highway, hands-free, you'll see a sample factory on the left, and also Fish House. Now, Fish House is not in our list of places to go. I did eat there once, and it was amazing. In fact, Guy Fieri
is eating there at one of his favorite stops. But we have to charge. We have no time to stop and eat at the fish house. So we're gonna go ahead and go to Electrify America. It's a relatively new charging station in a strip mall that has our new TJ Maxx, as well as a Publix and some other stores. Okay, I'm going to take over from here because it looks like it's more of a manual pull-in charger. Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast. Cybertruckin the keys at our first EV charging stop. Now, as a reminder, if you come off the mainland, as we call it, through Homestead, you'll have an 18-mile stretch of highway, and then you come on to Key Largo, which is one big long island about 20 miles long. Okay, now you may be low on juice, low in electrons, as I say. So here we have an Electrify America charger. Now these chargers, they've got a non-Tesla style plug, so you have to make sure that you've got your Tesla style charger, because if you don't, you won't be able to charge. You'll have to set up an account with Electrify America to charge here. Now, you may want to charge and kill some time. So they've got this great strip mall here. You've got a Beals, a TJ Maxx, a Burlington Coat Factory. I believe there's a Publix down the road. There's also a great Cuban restaurant, UPS store if you need to ship anything, a hair salon. But I'm sure you can kill some time while charging up and getting some electrons here at Electrify America. So this is the closest charging station to the mainland. The next closest charging station, there is one, as we had an episode on, at Crooked Palm Cabana, and we'll be doing an episode there, but that's a level 2 charger. It is not a supercharger, so it's going to take a lot longer to charge. The next closest supercharger is in Marathon Key, which is by the airport, and that is from here about 50 miles. So this may be a good stop for you to come and get a charge, at least to get to Marathon. Now remember, always put in your destination, because if you put in your destination, what's going to happen is going to plot out exactly how much battery life you have left and where you're going to go. Now these Electrify America chargers, they're up to 150 kilowatts, right? So it's definitely a fast charge. Behind me, we have an Audi EV getting charged, and behind the Audi, we've got a Kia getting charged, okay? So as you can see here, this is not a Tesla supercharger. We may be Cybertruckin the keys, but we're doing it with any brand EV. So just remember that this is your only supercharger until you get to Marathon, okay? Now, if you're staying at a hotel or vacation rental like the Oasis or Heart of Murata that have level 2 chargers when you get to your destination to charge up, you're in great shape. But if they don't, you need to plan ahead. So, not a lot of superchargers in the Keys. You do have several in Key West. They're not Teslas, they're ChargePoint and Electrify America, but the one in Marathon is right by the airport. Again, these are gonna get you charged pretty darn fast. In fact, really simple. You've got your QR code to set everything up. Again, it's a CCS charger, so you have to use your adapter. We have had episodes on the adapters. Those adapters are about $125 or so, in that range. They could be more, they could be less, but always travel with one of those adapters. And remember, in your Tesla, in your Cybertruck, when you go to charging, you can select non-Tesla chargers and be able to go ahead and have selection of all the other chargers.
Now, I made this a separate episode and a stop because if you're new to the Keys, you don't want to run out of juice. It's not like the rest of South Florida. If anywhere from, I would say, Palm Beach Gardens or so, straight down to Miami, you've got superchargers every probably 5 or 10 miles away. It's crazy how many superchargers there are. But once you get off the mainland to the Keys, it's a little different story. Again, you've got this one in Key Largo, one in Marathon, you've got a few in Key West. Now again, always book at a vacation rental that has a level 2 charger. This makes your life a lot easier because when you're on vacation, you'd rather just plug in at night and be charged than have to come here and charge up and plan your day or your week accordingly. Now again, you've got some food, you've got some shopping, spend the day of it. We've got our next stop to go to. Our next stop, we're going north. We're gonna go way north. We're gonna go to Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill up in Key Largo. This is a must-stop place. So folks, I'm gonna put it in FSD and I'm gonna let Tesla do the driving. And if you're not familiar with Tesla's full self-driving, it's hands off the wheel, feet off the pedals. This thing will go straight, it'll turn, it'll back up. It does everything for you, including park. This is totally autonomous driving and it is amazing technology. But we're gonna manually do it right here in Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill parking lot. We'll actually be talking with Jimmy Johnson himself, but first we're gonna walk around the facilities, get you an idea of what you have to look forward to when you come here.
Of course, Jimmy Johnson's got to have a sports bar. So, aside from the restaurant, the beach, the pool, the cabanas, we've got a great sports bar here where you can watch all your Cowboy games. But since he's not the coach anymore, the outcomes may not be what you want. But we have about 15, 20 TVs right here. Every sport's got to be on. And then if you really want to take in the views, if you look, you got the beautiful bayside of the Keys right over here. So maybe it's Sunday football day and maybe it's raining in the Keys. You can at least spend time here in the sports bar and be able to go ahead and enjoy your favorite teams and watch them win. And of course, we've got to have pictures of Jimmy Johnson winning Super Bowls with the Lombardi Trophy all throughout the establishment. As with most places in the Keys, this is very dog friendly. And you'll see dogs usually hanging out here on the beach. This is where the dog restroom is. So while we're Cybertrucking the Keys, you could also be boating the Keys. You can pull up and dock your boat. There's space for several boats here for you to pull on up and park. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill. And of course, another gift shop with Big Chill t-shirts right here for sale. And on a chilly winter day, you've got hoodies from the Big Chill. And there's additional outdoor seating here. You have probably at least 100 tables, 4 tops, 6 tops, as well as our Captain Morgan spiced rum band. Now, outside is the key place because right over here, underneath this tiki right there, is where the live music is. The key thing about Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill is the live music. They have the best musicians in the area. Okay, while there's 2 nice bars, you still have TV, bucket drinks of rum, as well as beer. But come on over here. We've got a pool. Now, while there's places to stay upstairs and condos, this is actually for day use. So you can actually come here, Cybertruck here, boat here, park your boat, park your Cybertruck, enjoy the pool for the day. There's actually cabanas for rent as well. So you can enjoy your cabanas, sit out and get some sun, enjoy the food. So when you have that drive from that 20-mile bridge over here, the first place you want to come is right here. Grab a drink, grab some food, cool off in the pool, enjoy your day, enjoy the views, and then continue on down through the Keys. Now, if you're staying in Key Largo, and you want to do more than just have a drink here, enjoy the pool, enjoy some food, you can actually enjoy some water sports. They've got jet ski rentals, kayaks, snorkeling, scuba. In fact, right over here, where you go ahead and sign up for it. Great. So this is mostly going to be for jet skiing. And you guys, I'm sure the weekend are busy as heck, right?
Yeah, I want to say the weekends is where it gets the most crazy. Yep.
Awesome. And you got to make sure that they do the jet skiing first and then drink second, right?
Yep. Drink sec, please.
Awesome. Well, thanks a bunch. And we'll make sure that we let them know with links below where to sign up and book this ahead of time.
Sounds good.
So another vantage point of the pool, you've got not only the cabanas, but there's actually a pool bar back there, which is closed right now. Plenty of chase lounges. But again, it's the views. And then, of course, at night, you've got the string lights. As I mentioned, there's places you can rent upstairs. You can get some, we'll turn around, I'll show you. So there's some condos and rentals upstairs. There's also a venue. So people can do corporate events. They can do weddings right on up there. And while you're here, of course, at the bar, they've got fans blaring, keep it cool. Put a nice breeze in here, because over here, it's all about comfort. You've got fans, you've got the seating, you've got the views, everything you need to spend an afternoon here. And here we are with Jimmy Johnson himself at his own Big Chill. Now, Jimmy, what was the initial idea behind this place? What really got it started for you?
Well, I absolutely love the Keys. I love the water. I love the really kind of the tourist type atmosphere. And then, the thing about the Big Chill, we want to have the locals come down here. But then as I come down, to the Big Chill, people from New York, from Massachusetts, from all over the country come in and say, oh, we want to go to Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill.
Awesome. Well, you touch a key nerve there as locals, because you're local.
Right.
And this is not a corporate establishment. This is owned by locals.
Oh, yeah. Larry Calvano, does a great job. He's actually from Lauderdale, St. Thomas of Aquinas, and he's taken over the restaurant, done a great job. And of course, we've got the timeshares above, Big Chill too.
And the venues up there too.
Yeah, it's great food. As fine a pizza as you'll ever find anywhere in the country.
Awesome. Well, and because you partner with Enrico, so I know you've got some great pizza. And you're a 2-time Super Bowl champion. My friend Chuck out there is waiting for the next Super Bowl ring.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, you're the last one.
Yeah, I was with Fox NFL Sunday for about 31 years. I retired this year, so I'll be sitting here in the Keys watching the games on TV.
I think we should warn the fish out there that you're retired and you're only going to be fishing, because they're going to be fearing you, Jimmy.
Well, I can only catch so much fish, but I love being out on the water.
Well, Jimmy, I know you got a lot to do. You're enjoying your day off, and I apologize to interrupt you there, but I wanted to make sure you sold your place, because one of our favorite places to stop when we come in from the mainland. The food, the views. My wife and I enjoy stopping here, cool off by the bar, and then continue on to El Dorado, which is our favorite place, the fishing capital of the world, right?
It's the best there is anywhere in the world and the country. The thing about it, there's great food here at JJ's.
I know. In fact, your oysters are some of my favorite things to get here. And they're flown in regularly, right?
Right.
Awesome. And then don't forget the pizza. Can't forget the pizza.
Right.
But your bucket drinks, too.
Well, and we got JJ's nachos. You got it.
I saw you eating those JJ's nachos.
Yeah, right. All right.
Awesome. Jimmy, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay. Enjoy.
Okay, that was Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill. We met with the man himself, had some great views. There's some great food, great drink, and you know what? We have another place to go. We're going to Key Largo Fisheries. So, what am I going to do? Put it in FSD. I'm going to key in Key Largo Fisheries. I'm going to let Tesla drive me down to Key Largo Fisheries. We're going to see Bob's Crew, where you can not only eat some of the best fresh caught seafood right off the boat, but have it shipped straight to your door. So let's join in.
Okay, I manually got myself out of the Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill parking lot and decided to go ahead and get onto A1A, Jimmy Buffett Highway, and start FSD there. That's usually the easiest way to do things, also a little quicker. Right there, I'm clicking the button and going ahead into FSD mode. So this is Tesla's self-driving. While the drive is only about 10 minutes or so, I went ahead and put this into speed mode or time-lapse mode to not bore you to death, but show you the effortless driving and how I'm not using my hands, my pedals. It's changing lanes. It's turning. It's stopping at stop signs. It's doing everything a real driver would do, except the safest way possible, because it's got cameras 360 degrees around the entire vehicle. So it knows if a vehicle is coming at you from directions you can't see, because as humans, we just have eyes in front of our head facing straight ahead. So we don't know if a car is moving to the right or to the left and about to hit us, or approaching from behind at a quick rate of speed. As you can see here, it's turning at stoplights, stop signs, and right into the Key Largo Fisheries parking lot, all by itself. This is Tesla's FSD, full self-driving in action.
If you forgot your sauces, they have all the different sauces here. You can grab key lime pie. They have a bunch of different gumbo. Everything you can pull right out and get back to your freezer for when you're ready to cook. Now, I'm pulling around here and look what I ran into. Nick from Key Largo Fisheries. Nick.
Mark, how's it going?
Nice to see you again. So, tell us about Key Largo Fisheries, what you guys do, because looking behind here, I don't see a whole lot of fresh fish. So,
It's a busy place here. So we're a 50-year working at that front. We're a distribution business from Key West all the way up to Pompano Beach. We also have a retail market here. We have a restaurant and a full-service bar in the back. One of the things that makes us special is we sell both bait and seafood. We deal with a lot of local fishermen here. We will sell them bait. Fishermen will sell us fish. We sell the fish right out here in the restaurant here. Today, what we got going on is lobster season. So this is kind of like Christmas in August. So we're producing about 8,000 pounds of cooked lobster that we're actually going to be shipping out to Europe. That's going to be next week. So it's a busy place here. We process fish, we process lobsters, stone crab. We have an e-commerce business as well. So anybody that's interested in having some lobster, having some stone crab, some fresh fish, we can ship it directly overnight to your door.
So I have to admit, I've used your website. It's super easy to use. I love the combo pack you get, and some of these colossal stone crab balls. These things are huge.
Yes, they're tasty.
Yeah. And in fact, you up key lime pie so they can get the seafood straight to dessert, right?
Just straight to dessert, exactly. Key lime pies, we make all of our fish dip, ceviche, club salad is all in-house here. So it's definitely a unique experience that we want to give to people not only here in Key Largo, but for the rest of the nation.
That's a pretty good exchange. You take the fisherman bait, get the fish in return, and look at over here, and you've got some whole snapper and you've got fillets.
Exactly.
You guys, how much do you really fillet each day? I mean, you get a whole fish. So how many hours do you?
During high season, we can fillet up to 3,000 pounds of fish.
Wow. A handshake store after that.
Yep, they are. That's all. But these guys are experts at it. They're professional. It's the staff and the employees that make this. That's really, they make all the magic happen. So we're very fortunate for that.
And the walk-in service, if they want to come here and what? I don't know about today. How many dozen well, bring back the family in Lauderdale and Tallendale and so forth. And also gifts for people. Well, you actually have a great seating area. You got live music a lot too.
Live music, yep. We host events as well. This past weekend we had our Lobster Fest. So, it's a great time. Live music. Bring the family. You come, sit, not some food at the restaurant. You can have a drink at the bar, and then on your way home, come in through the retail market, grab some stuff to go. If you enjoyed the experience, you can go on KeyLargoFisheries.com website, and then you can order whatever you want, shipped overnight the following day.
Well, we're definitely going to have a link below. And it's not only beer, only with cold water, right?
Full liquor.
Awesome. So how many seats are there?
Typically we can have about 250 to 300. When we're doing events, we'll ramp it up to about 500-600 people.
I've seen it's pretty busy out there, and I'll tell you, this place, it's just up at the top there. You got some cameras.
Yep. That's all mine. That we have. For the commercial guys, there's 3 that we have here that bring you a lot of lobster and fish. Charter guys, or make up the rest of it. Diving, two efficient joggers in the West.
So which is bigger seller, the lobster or the stone crab club?
Stone crab, yeah, stone crab, lobster, hogfish, yellowtail, ahi. That's
That's
me.
always favorite. I mean,
Yeah.
just since last year.
Likewise.
Yeah, and
Likewise.
lobster tails and stone crab club, just to me,
Sure, it's amazing.
you know what I love about them? All protein, no
Yep.
carbs, no
It's
guilt.
healthy. Yep, it's
Right.
healthy. You know, it's fresh. It's local right here. So, we're giving people a good, healthy option, local option. Supporting the fishermen here. We're giving you a good, fresh quality product. So,
And what's really, I mean, if I were to come here at just the right time,
yeah.
when was the fish or lobster or the crab swimming versus when I'm eating?
So, for example, the vermilion snapper that we have in here, swimming in the ocean, yesterday, brought in this morning.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
So that's fresh, I guess.
that is fresh. That is fresh. They're practically swimming into the space right here.
Wow. And guys out there and gals, Key Largo especially, I'm here eating. I've got one of the membership cards. They did one of the membership cards. Now you got the
Yeah, now we have our rewards program.
reward program, right?
Yep. So for each dollar you spend here, you accrue points, so that you can get whatever promotion that we're running, 5% off, 10% off, $10 off. So it all depends on how many points you choose.
Right. Well, I think we asked all the questions I have, but I think we want to kind of look around and see.
Take a look at the lobster
We're
process.
going to get hungry.
One of our customers. So today we're cooking about 8,000 pounds of lobster. So this lobster came in this morning. We put them in an ice bath, got them chilled, put them inside the cooker, and now we're packing them pounds, get them inside of our glass freezer. They'll be ready to go out for shipment next week.
How heavy is one of the tails?
One of the tails, typically the tails that we get here between 5 to 7 ounces is typical. We do get occasional 8 to 9s, but 5 to 6, 7 is close to the size.
Awesome.
Sure. And you guys want to come take a look at the boiler?
Absolutely.
Here.
Sure.
All right, here we are cooking. This is where all the magic happens right here. This is Jeff, he's our cooker.
Wow. How many lobsters fit in one of those?
Oh, 350 pounds.
Wow.
350 pounds. We cook it here, then we ice it. We check, make sure it's cooked all the way through the middle. Then we put it in ice, preserve the quality. Then we bring it out to the table to be packed.
Amazing.
This is where all the fishermen come to offload all the product, whether it be lobsters, yellowtail. We do ballyhoo. We process about 500,000 pounds of ballyhoo as well a year. So it all comes through this dock right here.
Wow.
The helicopter. Here you go, big deal.
Wow, that is not your typical loading dock for.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the boat dock. And then I'll show you guys over here for our loading dock where we dispatch our trucks. Right. This is the lobster. So this is how the lobsters look. After they're done packing, we put them inside of our glass freezer. This is what the finished product looks like.
Wow. Last reason.
Yep.
I like that hair color.
Exactly. It goes to negative 30 degrees. And we'll sit there for about 15 to 18 hours. Then we pack it up, band it, and it's here. Ready to be sold.
And FedEx, UPS, they come how many times a day?
They'll do a pickup one time. They can do it 2 times. Let's stay out here.
Here's this will
This is
fool
our
you
glass
up.
freezer right here.
Wow. Little chilly. And Solo, watch out. We're coming for you.
And this is the regular loading dock.
Yep, this is our regular loading dock. So we dispatch.
And these trucks I've seen going up and down A1A.
Exactly, from Key West to home.
And how many restaurants you guys service?
About 300.
Wow.
300, 400.
So you get the stuff fresh. The restaurants get the stuff fresh.
Yep, right
And
from here.
so when we go to these restaurants and get the fresh food, this is it.
Yep, exactly. It came right here. We bought the fish whole from the fishermen. We filleted it, processed it, threw it on the truck, delivered it directly to the restaurants.
Wow.
Within our distribution channel.
Busy operation. This is like that how many days a week?
This, the entire place is open 7 days a week. Wholesale operation is open Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday we distribute to the local distribution here, just right here in the Keys.
Awesome. Awesome.
One of the things that makes us unique and special is that we have the largest freezer in the Keys.
Holy cow.
So you can see here, we're busy. We hold a lot of product.
How many square, I would ask how many square feet? I'm guessing around 2,000.
Yeah, a little bit above that.
But now, how high is the ceiling?
I'm not sure. Definitely a couple hundred.
I would probably say, yeah. So cubic foot wise, you hold a lot of stuff in here.
A lot of product here.
Wow. Impressive. This has been a great tour.
Sure, thank you.
Now, we also want to take a look at your...
It's our fresh cooler.
Fresh cooler, okay.
It's our fresh cooler here. This is where all the fresh product is kept.
So, basically, it's offloaded from the boat.
Yep,
here.
picked up in boxes, right inside here.
Wow. Doesn't look this big from the outside, does it?
No, it does not. It does not. You want to see the cafe as well?
Yes.
Sure. I'll also show you guys the feeding sharks.
Okay. So we're gonna feed some sharks. We're going to enjoy some food.
For dog pets.
This is how you tell if the lobster is being cooked or not. These are uncooked because they're a brown color.
Yep, these are fresh. Just brought in this morning.
Fresh this morning. Wow. And this is a late lunch crowd, looks like you have here. Still busy.
Yep. It's August. It's into March.
August
it can be difficult to get a table.
August, September, a little slower in the Keys.
Yep. That's where we put the focus on processing the lobster. So we'll go through some of that.
These are pets you don't want to pet, right?
These are pets you don't want to pet. Let me get the guys to bring some of the some of the food out there. Okay. All right. So here's our backyard pets here. We have nurse sharks, tarpon, jack crevalles.
Wow, I'm going to come down and take a look at this.
So, families, the kids, you come here, you can see the sharks. The authentic aquarium right here.
Now, the nurse sharks, they're not really aggressive, right?
They're not aggressive. You don't want to put your hands in the water here, especially while you're feeding. But the kids love feeding them.
Tarpons are orange ones over.
Yep, tarpon. Yep, we also got some jack crevalles over there, so sometimes we'll have some manatees moving around here, stingrays, so leave right out in the ocean. So how far the
Should I say she's
right?
doing that here?
It's right to the open access.
They pretty well fed all year round.
They're spoiled. They're oil backyard pets.
We call them soft.
Yes, exactly.
What do you recommend?
Yes, I'd recommend the lobster. We're in lobster season, so I would definitely recommend the lobster BLT.
Okay.
One of our really popular sandwiches is our Cuban dolphin sandwich. I would recommend we get some of that, and then you have to try our famous smoked fish dip.
Game on.
All right,
All right.
let's do it.
What we're gonna do some close-ups of these guys. Do they smile for us?
I'm going to talk to the chefs to get the food ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. All right. These guys are hungry too.
You guys are in the mood for in particular as well.
That sounded good.
No,
That really sounded good.
Okay.
About 5 foot long nurse shark, 4 or 5 foot tarpon right there. And they still want more food. So when you have lunch here, it's actually a great experience. You get to see the sharks, but you get to see them filleting the fish, see all the fresh seafood, take some food home with you, grab a drink. It's a one-stop shop for everything. Okay, so the food not only looks good, it tastes good. So we've got some conch fritters. Dolly, what do you think of the conch fritters?
Pretty good. Very good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Very good.
Oh my.
They're hot. They're hot though, so I'm not biting into them.
They're very hot, but incredibly tasty. Oh my word. The different sauces. I like the orange sauce. I guess that's the it's kind of
What's wrong?
kind of like a Thousand Island type thing. Coconut shrimp. And those were something bites.
I don't.
But I'm going to go after some shrimp. Actually, I have to peel these, and I don't have a napkin yet. So I'm going to get some napkins. And in the meantime,
Oh, I wouldn't bite into that. It's gonna be hot.
oh, it's going to be hot, the coconut shrimp. Ah, Nick the man comes with everything we need.
He's gonna burn his mouth. You can say this right now.
This coconut shrimp looks so good, though.
You guys stay here. I'm going to come back in a second, okay?
My word.
Also got you guys some stone crabs here.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, Sandy. We need to put this on there.
coconut shrimp is to die for. You got to try the coconut shrimp. Look how big these stone crabs are.
Wow.
Now these are Key West pink shrimp. You can tell because they're so pink. And they're sweet. So the Key West shrimp are not only fresh, some of the best shrimp you've ever tasted. I'm going to go back for some more coconut shrimp. So we've got more food.
Yes, we have a whole yellowtail with plantains, and we have a Cuban sandwich with yellowtail, Swiss cheese, and ham. And we also have the famous lobster BLT with lobster, bacon, tomatoes, and spicy mayo. That's the most popular sandwich in here. We sell maybe 100 on the weekend, so 150 in that one too, and also the yellowtail. So they're all popular. And the sampler, you eating it right now. That's one of the best.
Sampler's gone.
It's gone.
That is a lot of food.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so to be fair, there was 3 of us eating. Nick, my wife, and I. The only thing that's left is a fraction of the lobster BLT, fraction of the Cuban sandwich, and obviously some of the sampler. Now, I will say this. That and the whole snapper was amazing. That was all me. The lobster BLT, phenomenal. Everything here, fresh, super good. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this is a dog-friendly establishment.
They have dog bowls there for water for your dogs. Bring the whole family, including the furry ones. The food is amazing. There was just so much food. He even brought out some stone crab claws. Absolutely amazing, amazing seafood. And don't forget their website in case you can't come down. Okay, an amazing stop at Key Largo Fisheries. Right from the boat, processed, cooked within a day. Now it's in our bellies. It's been a great, great stop. We have another one to go to. So I'm gonna use Tesla's GPS and full self-driving. I'm gonna put in the Sandal Factory. I'm gonna go to one of the Key Largo locations down the road. We're gonna go see John's place, the Sandal Factory next. And after that, who knows? Okay, hands-free, full self-driving to our next stop, the Sandal Factory, which is only about half a mile away.
If you're wondering if I use FSD all the time or just for these videos, it's a real simple answer. I use it all the time. It keeps me from speeding, keeps me safer, and part of the reason why I bought the Cybertruck itself.
So far, the FSD has been flawless, no interventions, but we do manually park in parking lots.
In case you're wondering why I'm touching the screen, there's basically 3 modes you can be in full self-driving. One is hurry, which is one I'm always in, standard, or chill. This way it drives based upon your personality. Being from New Jersey originally, I'm always in hurry mode. That's just the way I roll, but I have a lot of friends who drive in standard and chill. Now Tesla's full self-driving stops at stop signs, stops at red lights, makes right turns, makes left turns, makes U-turns. It is fully autonomous, except you have to be supervising the steering wheel. All the other manufacturers are literally straight line driving, and some only on certain highways. Now Mercedes does have an option where it can do turns and so forth, but it's very limited, and it really is not as advanced, doesn't have nearly as many miles of learning and experience as Tesla has. Tesla has well over 8 million driven miles by its users on FSD.
Okay, so I'm turning here and park. One of the biggest Yeti resellers is right here at the Sandal Factory. Now, we talked to John in one of our other episodes, and these stores have been around for decades. Again, there's 8 in the Keys. If you pass one, don't worry, you're gonna come up on another one. There's 2 in Key Largo, besides John's General Store. There's 2 in Alamorada on Upper Matacumbe. And there's 2 in Marathon. Guess what? Guess how many there are in Key West? 2. If you're in North Carolina or other parts of Florida, you can look them up, sandalfactory.com. We've got the link below in the description. You can go there and go to all the stores, and wherever you're going on vacation, if you forgot anything, whether it's t-shirts, shorts, bikinis, you want to get souvenirs, there's just so many things here for you to get. We walk through the store, and I'll tell you, there's nothing John missed. In fact, we even have snacks and drinks. So kind of like John's General Store, just a little smaller, but geared towards the stuff you need on vacation. And I have to admit, I actually went ahead in November. It was a little chilly. I got a hoodie, so I ended up buying some winter type clothing here. But you've got towels, you've got play things as far as snorkels and balls and so forth. And again, it's the Sandal Factory. So of course, your selection of sandals, flip-flops, water footwear, swimwear, hats, SPF, and of course, as my wife just got some Maui Jims, sunglasses, which you definitely and desperately need here in the Keys because the sun is just strong as anything. So this is the Sandal Factory. Come to one of the locations, it'll come to you. You'll drive and it'll just come to you.
And if you get to know John, you'll find out the no shit, special shit, boss shit, and bullshit, as well as chicken shit. Seasonings are probably not here by accident,
and it's just part of his sense of humor he has here at the Sandals factory. And you can't leave out the dipshit. Okay, at the Sandal Factory location, there are some different lines of sunglasses. We've got Ray-Ban, Maui Jim, big selection. Some blenders if you like the real big 80s look. Flying Fisherman, and more. You gotta have sunglasses here in the Keys. And of course, you've got your souvenirs to take back home with you. And don't know what to get someone? How about a personalized surfboard? T-shirts are plenty here. If you can't find a t-shirt here you like, you'll never find a t-shirt. And of course, your lobster season t-shirts. And because it's called the Sandal Factory, we've got sandals. So over here, we've got a couple different name brands. You also have some really nice cotton hats. Key Largo, Florida, a couple different colors. Some boat shoes as well. And way more t-shirts. Florida Keys. Gotta come back home with souvenirs. And if you forgot shorts and swim trunks, they've got them here as well. Water shoes are a must in the Keys, especially with the sandbars. Don't forget your hats. And more flip-flops and sandals here in the back, as well as sneakers. And of course, you've got 4 for $10 t-shirts for kids or adults. You go further south, you can get the Key West t-shirt, but you can get it right here at Key Largo as well.
Oh, sweet. I'll let me see. Okay, buddy, what did you find? I know you saw croc charms. Was there something else that you found?
Yes, all the blues.
All the blues.
Well, not me, but
And yes, ladies, if you forgot your bikini or need to get another one, here you go. Don't forget your alligator Alcatraz t-shirts. And the man himself, greetings from the Gulf of America. Also, they have a new line of hand and body salt scrub, absolutely amazing. If you have not tried any of the Keys salt scrub, you gotta try theirs. Absolutely great on your hands, gets out all the dead skin, but yet moisturizes it at the same time. And of course, protect against melanoma. as you come off Overseas Highway from Sandal Factory, right down this private road is Snook's Bayside. Now this place has a huge covered tiki, full outside seating area, beautiful bayside views. We're gonna go in there and I'm gonna show you some amazing, just the ambiance of this place is amazing. The food, the drink, absolutely second to none. We were here last year for John's birthday party. Let's go inside and let's check it out. As you enter this entirely open air restaurant, you'll see the brochure for Cruise and Tiki's. They've got 3 boats out back. Plus you'll see their gift shop with plenty of t-shirts to take home as souvenirs for you. And this is a very big tiki with some very big fans to keep everyone cool. The fans also help with keeping the mosquitoes away. And of course, there's always a view, but this tiki helps out in case it's an overcast day and you have some rain. But it's about I guess a 30 by 100 foot tiki. So about a little over 3,000 square feet here of covered area that's well cooled off with these big ass fans. And behind here, we've got the bar, and their bar has some amazing drinks. A chocolate peanut butter martini is absolutely the one to get. Alrighty, so behind me we have our fire pit in case it's a cold November or December, which cold down here is about 65 degrees. We're a little soft down here in the Keys. We got some individual umbrella protection and tables here, as well as a mini bar over here for some beer and wine. You also have some cabana type style seating right behind me here, where you've got the full protection from the sun with these large tables of 6 to 8 people. And of course, another bar here stacked with beer, mostly a beer and wine type bar. Now, one of the cool things here that they have is Cruise and Tiki's. So right behind me, they've got 3 Cruise and Tiki boats to take you out, 6 people on a boat. Go ahead and enjoy some drinks, the sunset, or maybe just afternoon sun. The views here are exceptional. That's why you have all these chairs just lined up with bar countertops. So you just enjoy the views, enjoy some drinks. And if you want to, walk out into the pier like we're gonna do right now. Again, the Cruise and Tiki's is a part of the Snook's environment, separate ownership, but they really promote bringing some alcohol on board, having a good time. Now here's your view if you're to walk out here. Look at this. Some amazing bay views, which means sunsets are to die for. And here's the other beer bar up close. This way you're never too far away from a cold beer. Over here is where we have the hut for the live entertainment. So you'll have your live entertainment right here playing for everyone. And of course, it wouldn't be a beach place if it didn't have its own little beach area. So right back here, behind me, all around me, we've got a beautiful beach area where you can just chill out, enjoy some drinks, whether at night or in the afternoon. And you can actually walk out into the water if you want to dip your feet and cool off. Maybe you decided to bring one of your bigger friends with you. Well, that's why we've got Papa Pilar's rum from Key West, baby. Ernest Hemingway's rum. Look at this big chair. Absolutely amazing. So, for those of you who don't know, the Keys are home to many famous people, Key West especially, Ernest Hemingway, Tennessee Williams, and more. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say Jimmy Buffett, but you knew that already. At night, we've got the string lights up here all decked out, ready to go. This is just an absolute fun place to come at night, but they also have brunches here. You can come here for Saturday, Sunday brunch. You can come here for lunch. You can come here for dinners. But at night, people are coming here for the drinks. So as you can see, this is the lunch crowd. And everyone's still enjoying their drinks with their lunch. But it's a great atmosphere. It's just the total vibe of the Keys right here. And again, the views right behind me. Not a bad view in sight. Okay, so Mark of the Cyberbeast here with Yaya, one of the servers here at Snook's Bayside. And she's been here for how many years?
A year and a half now.
Okay, so working on 2 years. Now, we have a couple questions for you to tell the folks, because this is what's the most popular time here? Brunch, lunch, dinner, after dinner, sunsets?
All of them, but I would definitely suggest lunch for everybody. There is live music from 6 to 10, and then you do watch the sunset right on the water. We have bars under the patio. Definitely recommend lunch.
Okay, so come here for lunch.
Yes.
Come back for drinks and sunset. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one of the favorite places I hear is a beach over here we just shot some video of.
Yes.
You're expanding that because it's so popular, is that it?
Yes, so here to our right, we do have Iguana Beach. We are currently remodeling it. We're gonna extend it a lot bigger so we can have a lot more venues and honestly just sit more people at the beach. We definitely wanna bring more attraction towards there. It's already a very beautiful beach, but yes, we are working on expanding it for right now.
And at night, this place turns into a madhouse. Am I right?
Oh my gosh, it gets crazy in here. Sometimes the line is really like out the door. We sometimes even have like a 30-minute wait list.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy out here.
And I know beers are popular because it's so hot, and that's what you have to use to cool off.
Yes.
What are your other most popular favorite drinks here?
Cocktails or beers?
Cocktails.
Cocktails, definitely Snookerita on the rocks with salt. Our famous Snook's famous rum punch, of course. You can never go wrong with that. My favorite is a Pusser's Painkiller. But really, every single drink on the menu is a hit. You cannot go wrong with one of them.
Last time I was here, there was some chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter martini and pie.
That was like dessert.
It is. It's dessert in a
amped.
cup. It really is.
Awesome. Now, I see you've got the cabanas there,
Yes.
and they're for larger tables, I guess.
Yes.
Those are reservations, I guess?
No. First come, first serve for the cabanas. You can make a reservation. We do take reservations for parties over 6. But overall, anybody's allowed to sit in the cabanas. Absolutely. Just ask for it and we'll sit you.
And you guys have events here, because I know I came to an 80th birthday party here last year. But you guys do what, weddings and wedding receptions and stuff like that?
We do weddings, we do birthdays, we do like ceremonies. We do it all. I've even hosted FIUs, their yearly like summary. They
Okay.
booked out the whole tiki. It was all of the players, all of the managers of the Panthers, the Florida Panthers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they did their season recap here. They completely rented out the whole tiki. We do literally all types of events. You name it, we got you.
And, just so everyone understands, this is entirely outdoor. There is no indoor, so you have no air conditioning.
There is, as you can see, we are sweating over here. There is no indoor. This is all outdoor, so come with your sunscreen, maybe a little fan, and don't worry about the drink because we will handle that. But yeah, it is all outdoor.
And dog friendly?
And dog friendly, absolutely. Bring your furry friends. We get monkeys. We get monkeys. I've gotten a turtle. I got a pet tortoise before. We get all types of animals. So anything's allowed, guys. I definitely can't wait to meet your guys' friends.
Now, you just set up a challenge, I think, for people to bring the most outrageous pets here.
Absolutely. I've seen it all. I can tell you, I've seen it all. I'm actually waiting on seeing a snake. I haven't seen that one yet, but I'm waiting on that one.
And of course, you guys, I'm sure, have pet iguanas here that they're not really pets, but
absolutely. That's why our beach name is Iguana Beach, because you're gonna see them everywhere, guys. And the chickens, guys, they are homegrown. Don't be scared if you're just sitting and you might see like 2 chickens come to your table. They are our friends. We raised them here. They're part of the Keys. You see them all over the Keys. We literally have it all.
that's one thing I guess we didn't mention was how many just chickens run wild throughout the Keys.
Yes.
And there's always the jokes, who came first, the chicken or the egg, crossing the road. But they are just as much part of this population as anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. They are like a major stamp in the Keys. So I think when they come to our restaurant, they like freak out, like, oh my gosh, what type of bird is that? And I'm like, it's a chicken.
Those chicken tenders, that's where they come from.
Yeah,
right?
I tell them homegrown.
And I just noticed you're cruising tiki, so you've actually got some boats there for people to enjoy?
Yes, so we do have cruising tikis. We are two different companies, so they do handle their own stuff. But you can bring your drinks, you can bring your own food, go out on the tiki. What I usually see a lot of people do is hang out at the bar before their tiki starts and then just go on and take a cruise. I definitely recommend those to do in Key Largo. Those are definitely a recommendation.
Great. So definitely come here to eat. Get 5 of your friends. You have 6 people. Jump on one of those.
Yes.
And then come back and enjoy some more drinks and Uber home, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yaya, I think I'm out of question. Anything else you can leave everyone with? What's going to have them come back to Snook's Bayside?
Really everything, all of it. My favorite is definitely the ambiance and the sunset. The views that we have here and the sunsets that we have are like to die for. I just definitely recommend, well, really what's gonna have you come back is the food. Let me tell you, there's no restaurant like like Snook's in Key Largo that has the flavor and even the options of variety that we have itself. We get people that come back 10 years later still looking for us. We have a really good rep with that. Just our food and our ambiance overall, the servers, the service, everyone here, it feels like home, like just right at home.
And before we leave off, I totally forgot. Tell us about brunch real quick, because I know that's one of our popular meals too, is your brunches.
Yes, so brunch is from 8 to 11. Every single day. We do sell our regular, like your traditional American breakfast, as well as a seafood side. We do pretty much everything. Even if you want to order lunch in breakfast, we can do that as well. We make everything work for you guys. We're here to serve you guys and just to make you guys happy overall.
It's almost like a diner.
It is. Almost.
Except there's more booze. Folks, Yaya, appreciate your time. Snook's Bayside, a great view and just great ambiance. Look at these views behind us.
Look at this.
Look, shout it out.
Woo!
Keys Bayside, baby, Snook's. Okay, that was another great experience here at Snook's on the Bayside. Folks, we're gonna put FSD in gear. Let Tesla drive us, full self-driving, as we Cybertruck in the Keys to our next stop, which is going to be... Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast. Today, we're Cybertruckin in the Keys. We're going to the first location ever opened by the Italian food company. This is the best Italian food, not just in the Keys, not just in Florida. It is the best Italian food. We're gonna go see Isis and Tony, get some great Italian food, show you the amazing looking place, and if there was only scratch and sniff on YouTube, you'd be amazed at this food. So we're gonna put it in FSD. We're gonna let Tesla drive us there. We're gonna put it in time-lapse mode so we don't bore you to tears. We're gonna get there hands-free. We're gonna eat the best Italian food. And we're gonna meet Tony and Isis. So we're gonna see you soon. I'm going to use the next minute or two to talk about the Italian food company and also about Tesla's full self-driving. Now, Tony started the Italian food company in 2019, right before COVID, and we're going to his first location in Key Largo. He also has a location in Alla Mirada, a lunchtime location called Italian Food Company Express in Tavernier, and also Lido 73 in Tavernier, which also serves breakfast and lunch. All the locations have a slightly different menu, all are very exceptional, and all with the same homemade and many organic elements with the cooking, from pasta to tomato sauce, etc. He bakes all of his own bread, and that's what makes this place taste so good. They're using the best ingredients possible. Now, as we use Tesla's full self-driving up to Italian Food Company, you'll see possibly that we're going through some construction zones, and it's going through the construction zones without any help from me. Tesla's full self-driving means you still have to be aware of what's going on around you and be prepared to take the wheel. But it's very based on AI, and it's watched millions of hours of really good drivers, really. not just good drivers, really good drivers driving, and how to handle situations. And aside from turning and stopping at stop signs and stoplights and navigating things, once in a while, it will have a flaw, so you do have to take over. I've driven about 15,000 miles on this truck. I've had a little over a year, and I would say 80% of the miles are probably FSD. I put that on anytime I drive for a couple of reasons. It's safer, it saves me from speeding tickets, and I also like to relax a little bit while I drive. And I'll tell you, when I do the long drives, whether it's South Carolina to Georgia or South Carolina to the Keys, it's definitely made the drive a lot easier. I don't fall asleep while driving, and it just really is a lot easier on me and on the body with these long drives. So if you have not tried Tesla self-driving, I strongly suggest doing a test drive with one and see what I'm talking about and why I think this is so amazing. And now here we are going to pull up to an Italian food company, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in regular mode so you can actually see the last quarter mile of the drive.
Fair.
So here we are in real-time mode. I'm traveling northbound on A1A, otherwise known as Overseas Highway or Jimmy Buffett Highway. The entrance to Italian Food Company is on the southbound side, so it's going to have to make a left into a side street and then a left to continue southbound, make a U-turn on A1A. And traffic here, cars are going 50-55 miles an hour, but the camera system that Tesla uses will look and find a safe opening for me to get through. It'll then turn me into the Italian Food Company parking lot. From there, I'll manually take over and find a parking spot. I'm gonna go inside and talk to Tony. We're gonna be able to taste some great meals, have some great Italian wine, learn the history of Italian Food Company and what makes this exceptional place tick. And it all starts with the ingredients. So here I am pulling in, and I can't wait to drop on in, see Tony and the gang, and really just have an amazing afternoon here.
What is your name?
It's Pietro.
Pietro.
I'm straight from Italy, Napoli, Naples.
Straight from Naples, Italy. He's making 2 pizzas. We just had a phone order come in to go. And the great thing about the Key Largo location, unlike the other 2 locations, they actually have a wood-fired pizza. And if we could go on in here and take a look. So what makes this taste really good is that it's actual wood. It's not gas-fired, so it gives it a much richer wood taste. Definitely you can taste it. Now here it is. This is all handmade pizza. It is. And the sauce is all legit handmade.
From Italy, yes.
Right from Italy.
From Italy.
And your pasta and your sauce are both from Italy, correct?
Everything. Everything we do is made from Italy. Absolutely.
Okay, so the pasta, the sauce, straight from Italy. Now, what people don't realize is some people have gluten sensitivities, but because the wheat in Italy is so much different, they don't use any of the chemicals that we do here in the US. If you're sensitive to flour products and gluten sensitive, you'd be surprised. Even if you're not, when you eat the pasta here, you don't have that feeling afterwards of just your stomach not feeling right. The food, the bloating, the food here, you don't have the bloating. It tastes really good, but it's also a lot healthier, a lot purer. And we go ahead and took some video footage of the pasta.
Folks, this is not a gimmick. My last name is Mancini. My family's from Italy. I grew up in northern New Jersey. This pasta, you can absolutely taste the difference in the quality. It's unlike any other I've ever had.
In full disclosure, my wife and I go to Alvarado all the freaking time.
But today here,
but we had to come here to Key Largo. We're doing the Cybertruckin the Keys Key Largo edition. So we're stopping here at Key Largo because this is the best Italian restaurant, not just in Key Largo, not just in the Keys, but honestly, with the ingredients you guys use, and legit straight from Italy. This guy has like 5 words. He's got 5 words of English, right? I'm not sure which 5 they are, but straight from Naples, and it doesn't get any more Italian than this. Also, I want to make sure people are aware, Pietro is going to be a U.S. citizen real soon. He's this close. He's this
very close. We finally did it. We finally did it.
Awesome. Welcome to America.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Bobby.
Bobby.
I'm Tony's sister.
So here I am with Bobby.
And Bobby, we've got a whole slew of desserts here, and I just filmed some of them, but what are your best sellers here?
So I will tell you that this side of our display is all made by our in-house pastry chef. Her name is Maria. She's incredible. I mean, she did culinary arts pastry school, and she also worked for Pierce for many, many years. So we're very lucky to have her.
Okay, so Maria, you're the pastry chef.
Yeah.
I've seen these amazing pastries. Tell me a little bit more about the pastries and your process.
Well, I've been making dessert like around 30 years ago, and it's one of my favorite things to do in the kitchen.
And just to be clear, so everyone knows, there is no calories in any of your desserts, right? 0 calories?
Yeah.
Slight lie. But
So Mark, Maria not only does the desserts here now, she was almost 10 years at Pierre's under Hubert, so she was their pastry chef. So she joined us when we started, and ever since, she's somebody that is probably the most valuable player for the Italian food company. So she not only does all these amazing desserts that won the best dessert in the Keys multiple times, the triple layer chocolate mousse right here. You know, she does a tiramisu, she does a gluten-free brownie. Right here we have our cheesecake and we have our key lime.
I have to confess, the tiramisu, the triple chocolate, to me, they're my favorites. And so I didn't realize they were your job making them. And you always have to leave room for dessert, right? I mean, that's just a given, especially here because, I mean, look at your choices. You know, you've got a dozen different
We bring all of our customers inside to see our desserts. When they look at the menu, we're like, no, come on. And then they come in and they're like, oh my goodness, especially when it's full. You know, we've just been a little slow, so we're not putting too many desserts out. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
What I find amazing is most restaurants you go to, you have 2 or 3 dessert items on there, and most of them are from the distributors, right?
Yes.
And here you are, half of them, Maria, are made by you, the best ones are right, and then the other ones, they come from Italy. They come straight from Italy. And so, honestly, you can come here just for dessert, right?
I have people come here for cappuccino and dessert.
Cappuccino, espresso, dessert.
So we're looking at a not strong limoncello that we'll be able to serve very soon here at Italian Food Company in Key Largo with a beer and wine license. So that's coming. But the biggest thing about Maria, not only does she do the desserts, she's behind all of the meatballs with my mom. So
she's the meatball lady too.
She is.
Meatballs every Tuesday. Her mother, his mother.
Well, one thing that's very special about the minestrone here in Key Largo, it's the only place, and everybody looked at us, all the chefs that we bring in say, this is too much, because we use
15 different vegetables.
15 vegetables in our minestrone, and everybody I went to, from fine dining to others, are like, no, you can do it with 3, and I'm like, no, you can't. And that's how we make our minestrone. So once it's out, we haven't been able to find anybody to replace our minestrone.
So I would say our top seller that also won best dessert in the Key was the triple layer chocolate mousse. So that is a triple layer chocolate mousse with an Oreo cookie crust.
Guilty, I've had that several times.
Very good, right?
Yep.
And definitely our tiramisu, which is phenomenal. And then on this side are all imported from Italy.
Oh, wow.
These desserts are all imported. So our #1 seller on this side is our ricotta pear on an almond crust. It is divine, delicious. But we have ricotta and pistachio.
The pistachio ricotta, I've had that.
But you've never tried this one? You should try this one because it is really divine.
We may have to try that.
It's very good. But and these are Neapolitan. These are soaked in liqueur. So you either have an aged rum or a limoncello liqueur.
So limoncello or rum. Not both.
Not both. No.
The tiramisu now, isn't that amaretto or what are you using?
No, we don't use
Okay, you should espresso?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So we do espresso, mascarpone, savoiardi, which are lady fingers. Yep.
Okay.
So Maria prepares all that. She's really an amazing pastry chef.
Now, do people come here and actually get key lime pie?
They actually do. And I think we have a very good key lime pie. It's funny because some people come in and they're like, want key lime pie. You know, we're in the Keys, and so I get it. And I tell them there's other desserts though that you're not going to get because key lime pie everybody has. But ours is it's probably less tart, I would say, than the other places that I've tried. It has a sweeter taste. It's not so limey.
Well, the key lime pie is good. I've had it here, but when you come here, you just can't get the key lime. You have to get this stuff.
You need to get this
I mean,
stuff
all that
that
stuff
you can't
flown
get.
in from Italy.
Yes.
And honestly, folks, I'm not BSing you. You can taste the difference. I mean, this is. I can't put this into words.
This particular dessert that I was telling you about, it is so light. I mean, you don't feel, it's not very rich. It's just a light dessert, but it is divine.
I've never walked out of here feeling
that you're
stuffed
stuffed.
and had to be rolled into the parking lot.
And it's like you said, Mark, it's because of the ingredients. I mean, Italian cooking is very simple. People don't understand that. They think it's very simple. It's like less is more. Everything is done, fresh, like the tomato sauce that I make at home, my fresh tomato sauce, it's just tomatoes, olive oil, crushed red pepper, and garlic.
Yep.
And it is the best. With the right pasta, which is the one that we have, our brand of pasta, which is, phenomenal, because it cooks just right. It's not too, al dente, and it's not too, it never really gets mushy,
Well, it's interesting.
So it's just,
you look at the color of the pasta. It's I can't explain it. It's probably like a flesh color, I guess, maybe.
It's very different.
But the pasta you get in the store, it's yellow.
It's yellow.
It's a whole different type of pasta. It is not the same. And it's interesting. I got to share this with Tony too. But my family's from Largo, New Jersey, and in New Jersey, we are picky about our Italian food. If it's not excellent, you're out of business. Where they filmed Sopranos? That's exactly where I grew up.
Really?
And the final episode was filmed a mile from my house, to give you an idea of exactly where we are. When they come down here to eat, they're coming to the Keys, the place that has the freshest seafood in the world. Okay, we're just at Key Largo Fisheries, and they're serving fish that was caught yesterday. They can get fresh seafood. If we knew where they want to come every single time,
and I will say, people from New Jersey are really tough.
And one more thing I want to leave you on is we had a guest rent one of our rentals in Alamorada, and he's from New Jersey. He was a canine police officer. His favorite dish is bolognese, and he went there, had the bolognese, and called me up. He's like, Mark, thank you for recommending it. And he ended up going back. He stayed for a week. He was there 2 or 3 times. Loved that dish, and I can't tell you,
That's my mother's recipe.
He's booking back again for Christmas and New Year's, and he said he's coming back. He's going to allocate 3 or 4 visits to the Alamorada version of Italian Food Company. So he won't be coming to this location because he's across the street, but he'll join the family over there. And we just got Tony just came in.
Yes.
So we're going to talk to Tony a little bit about the restaurant and kind of go from there.
Okay.
Bobby, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tony, thanks for joining us. Good to see you again,
Mark.
Tony.
Great seeing you as always.
Now you've got 3 locations at Thai Food Company and another location called Lido 33, 73, sorry. And you actually have some different food at all the different restaurants. What food do you have here that's unique that aren't found at the other locations?
So this is our traditional, this was our first. So the startup Italian Food Company all was here at the Key Largo location. So the idea here is a Neapolitan pizza. It's one of our biggest things. We have true Neapolitans that are now Americans as well. So they've been cooking pizza since they're like 5 years old. So you can see as the pizzas come out here, they're truly authentic Neapolitan. So it's probably our biggest thing. At the same time, we have my mom's meatballs. She comes in every Tuesday, comes in on Fridays, and they make probably 2,000 meatballs every week. So that all gets done right here at the Key Largo location. So what we do here at our location...
So this is the flagship store.
This is the flagship, and it remains my favorite of all the stores. So it's small, it's got an outside peasy type environment. Food is truly authentic Italian here. So it's really pastas, salads, Neapolitan pizzas, lots of desserts, beer and wine, and this is really where it all starts.
So you do have beer and wine here. Some of the other locations are full service bar.
Correct.
And this is the only location that actually has wood fire, correct?
That's correct. So this is a purely wood-fired pizza pizza oven brought in from Italy. So the way the pizzas cook here, they cook in 90 seconds. So
90 seconds.
This is a Neapolitan type crust. It's hydrated at about 68%. It ferments for close to 24 to 48 hours, and then these guys just make it all happen. It's very light. If you eat this pizza, you can definitely sleep at night. It's not a heavy pizza. It's truly wonderful. And then in the morning, what these guys do, because the oven drops from temperatures from about 1,000 degrees to 350 in the morning, because it's obviously been off, they cook all the bread for the restaurant. So all of the bread is
all the bread here is fresh now. Does the bread go to the other locations as well?
It doesn't. So the other location, the Lido location, the bread gets made in Tavernier. So there we have, we can talk about that one later, but we have an expert bread maker there. So he does the bread for Alvarada and for Lido as well. This one is self-sustaining. It does it all right here in-house with these guys right here.
I was just telling Bobby that we're from New Jersey. My family's very picky about their Italian, but every time they come to the Keys, they don't want fresh seafood. They want an Italian food company. And so now I'm starting to understand the secrets as to why your food is so much different. It's not like other Italian restaurants. And there's some good Italian restaurants in the Keys. I'm not disparaging anyone else's, but this is a whole other level.
I mean, at the end, Italian food is very simple, but it's about the right ingredients. So as you see, I came in today, and here we have, fresh buffalo. We brought a pecorino romano with a truffle. So nobody has this. This is anguilla, which Pedro can tell you. Yes. So, and then you have the most important part, which is we fly this in almost every week. So this is the buffalo mozzarella. So this comes in straight from Italy. This is true buffalo mozzarella.
And this isn't through distributors who have to, put preservatives in the food and everything else. This comes direct, no preservatives.
This ships directly on the airline, comes over, and this is how we get it. So it comes in. You have probably a week to eat it. It does go bad, so we got to sell it. But it's a completely different taste. So it's kind of, if you were to look at a burrata, it's in between a mozzarella and a burrata.
And not having the preservatives in there, you can actually taste it. And as we were mentioning, you don't feel like you have to be rolled out of here. Now, I will say this. The only time I've ever felt having to be rolled out was when I had your 36-ounce steak, which when you eat a 36-ounce steak by yourself, okay. But the pastas, your seafood, everything else is just, it's...
in here it's mostly Italian, but we have brought in some new dishes to this location as well. So we brought in like confitures, right? So we have to, we're in the Keys. So people are asking us, they come in, they're like, all right, well, my son doesn't want pizza and pasta all the time. So we brought in a few other dishes, like the confitures. We also brought in the medallions, the filet mignon medallions. So we have some things that are non-Italian, but for the majority of it, it's 90% authentic Neapolitan, fresh pasta. The pasta is our own brand of pasta, so it comes directly from Italy. And the sauces are very fresh. We have people working here from 7 a.m. in the morning. So the bolognese, for example, cooks for 2.5 hours. So it's not, something that you just go in. There's a lot of work that goes into it way before.
You don't just make red sauce, throw in meat, let it simmer for 5 minutes. It's actually a 2-hour process.
It wouldn't pass my mom's test. It wouldn't. We've tried.
For 2 hours. It is a process.
So all of these sauces here we've tried, and if we're using the wrong ingredients or cooking it the wrong way, they're always comes back at us. So we do lose. It's one of those things where you have to do it right.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how you got a really, really good Italian wine selection. Who picks that out?
So we have an Italian wine distributor who comes down. He comes down just for us, and all of these are directly from Italy, and they're not super high end. This is exactly what you would find in a trattoria in Italy. So the whole idea between Italian food companies is like if you're going in Naples and you just want to go to your everyday restaurant. You're not looking at fine dining. You're not looking at, this really, shafty. It's right in the middle. So everything here is what you would find at an everyday Italian restaurant.
That's incredible. So, Tony, I appreciate all of your time here. I think we're going to walk around. Maybe I think we should try a dish and kind of see, let people see. Maybe through Scratch and Sniff on YouTube. Do a little taste test out to the people out there and market the Cyberbeast world. And we're getting a lot of traction on this. We want people to know when they come to the Keys, they can come on through. If they miss this location in Key Largo, you've got one in Tavernier, you have one in Alvarada, and you have Lido 73 in Tavernier as well. So
Lima 73 is open for brunch. We're going to get that in another episode, I'm sure, as we get down through the Keys. But here we are in Key Largo, the first key, 20-mile stretch of land, and this is right in the middle of the highway. You can't miss Italian Food Company. And once again, Tony, you've been very gracious.
Thank you very much, Mark. Great seeing you. Thank you.
Okay, so the other day we talked about Key Largo's fisheries and the fish are swimming yesterday. Well, this was dilled 90 seconds ago. 90 seconds in the wood-fired grill. Oh my God, and there's more. So, 90 seconds, and this pizza, wood-fired pizza, is ready. This is andouille sausage, straight from Italy. Got some onions on here, some basil, some fresh basil. Looks amazing. And this is more or less an Italian specialty. It's more of like a street fare. They actually fry the pizza dough, some red sauce on it, and then also your cheese. And this looks absolutely scrumptious. I can't wait to go in and bite. So it's very, very hot. So I'm gonna have to blow on it and be very careful. Now this isn't a Portnoy pizza review. This is a Mark of the Cyberbeast pizza review, and this looks, look at that undercarriage, huh? Oh, it's so hot. I'm afraid to bite into this.
If you go to Fort Lauderdale, Louis Bossi's #1 selling pizza is this one. It's andouille with onions. It's like a top.
Wow, this is got a nice little kick to it. It takes a few seconds to kind of go in. You know, Portnoy has his famous pizza reviews, right? Barstool Pizza, Barstool Sports, and love the undercarriage. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, Tony. What do you say?
I appreciate it, Mark.
Okay, now I'm gonna try a bite of this. The taste, wow. Fresh basil totally makes it. And even fried, it doesn't even taste like it's, you know, thick or heavy. So here I am outside showing the guys from Italy who've not really seen a whole lot of Cybertrucks here in the Keys or anywhere really, but here they're showing the polished Cybertrucks. So guys, what do you think? Tony, it looks pretty good?
I'm like blown away. It looks like we're either on a planet, but it's like gorgeous. You look at this thing and
yeah, that's beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
The cool thing about this truck, it's 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. So, you know, I kid around with people because it's actually a truck. So Tony, let me show you something.
It's faster than my motorcycle.
Look at this.
So this is a full-size bed here, and the cool thing is, I tell people all the time, I can go to Home Depot, load up with all kinds of stuff, come home, empty out my truck, and come back and race Corvettes after that, right? So
this is incredible.
I can throw plywood back here, sheetrock back here. It's got a wide enough bed, and when you know, I could stack it real high, or I could just put the cover down and get it waterproof.
Mark, are they all like this?
They're all like this, except they're not all polished. There's only about 3 dozen in the country that have been polished. Now mine's a bit dirty because it's been raining here in the Keys, but it's a nice polished look. Some people get the wraps done. I wanted to show the metal. To me, the metal is the more masculine, right? It looks
stainless right there.
Tough. I want to keep it. I didn't want to go with the wrap because the wrap doesn't look tough.
It is like a.
This is self-driving.
Hands off. Hands off my feet, my hands. It turns. It stops the stop signs. Stops the stoplights. In fact, we drove here, all self-driving. Wow. It pulled in around the corner, came on A1A, came right through here. Then I took it over to park here. So that's why we're Cybertruckin the Keys. It's hands off. We're in chill mode here in the Keys, and now we're gonna go in and enjoy some more food.
So Mark, what we have here is fresh bufala mozzarella from Naples, Italy. We do it with cherry tomatoes, lots of the arugula you were talking about, the fresh bread that we make. So this is a specialty here at Italian Food Company. We fly it in every week, and then it only lasts about 2 weeks till it goes bad. But this comes straight from the Caserta area of Naples.
Straight from Naples. Well,
straight from Naples. So here you go.
We're gonna have to try a bite of this.
So remember, the bufala mozzarella has a different taste.
Yep.
It's made from buffalo, so very different. When I say buffalo, it's a buffalo milk. So the cheese comes from the buffalo, from the milk. It's very different. It is a different taste. I love it. We love it. Italians normally love it.
This buffalo mozzarella is served with arugula. Arugula. It's a vegetable. Name the movie. My Blue Heaven.
Is it good?
Oh. Wow. Same way. I think that was almost an orgasm for me. Real close. Wow. And then the arugula. I'm telling you, arugula is the best type of salad out there. And can't rave enough about this cheese. It is so fresh. Just fair warning, this goes down fast. Once you start eating, you just don't want to put your fork down. It is that good. Kind of has that burrata type taste, very soft, and it tastes, I'm telling you, it tastes so fresh. I've never had cheese like this before. So this is the final product of the gnocchi bowl.
Yes, it is.
Look at that. So Tony, the gnocchi is in the pizza dough and melted cheese on top, right?
So what we have, exactly. So this is basically the gnocchi bowl. It's made out of a pizza. You know, we bake it, like you said, in the oven. It comes out, we cook the gnocchi, put it inside it, we put it back in the oven, we melt the cheese on top, and this is essentially a gnocchi sorrentina in a gnocchi bowl.
Wow.
So this is exclusive to Italian Food Company. There's nobody else that I know that does this locally, or even, maybe even in all of Florida. You know, it's just something we did and it's been a hit. So it works very well. It's our famous chicken parm, right? So it's a tender press breast of chicken. It's 8 ounces, very nice. We top it with fresh mozzarella, Parmigiano. We rebake it so it melts, and then next to it is our famous spaghetti pomodoro. Very simple tomato sauce that we make, and with really Parmigiano cheese, basil, olive oil, and this is our top selling dish right here at the Italian Food Company, Key Largo.
The #1 seller. I'll tell you, Tony, the size of that portion on that plate.
Mark, so here we have our eggplant Parmigiana. So we make a very good eggplant Parmigiana. It's 4 layers, mozzarella, fresh eggplant. We top it with tomato sauce, cheese, and then we have scaglie of Parmigiano. So this is the Parmigiano Reggiano that we cut up into little shreds. Top it, and then we put basil, olive oil, and this is ready to go. Vegetarian dish, great option for everybody.
And I'll tell you, this is my wife's favorite dish at Italian Food Company is the eggplant parm. So you made a winner there, Tony. I appreciate that.
Wonderful.
So Tony, we've got this pizza dessert. Tell us a bit about it.
So this is our famous, Nutella pizza. It has strawberries, lots of Nutella on top of it. It has sugar, and it has whipped cream on top. So we sell lots of these. It's one of our specialties here at the Italian Food Company. And the guys make it in the wood-burning oven. We top it with all those great fresh ingredients, and this is the final product.
Well, it looks awesome, and I don't want to record. I want to eat, so I'm going to put this down, but I wanted you to explain a little bit about it because it looks absolutely scrumptious.
Awesome work.
Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast. We had a great meal. We had more than a meal. We had multiple meals from Tony. Now, Tony, he's only been in the United States since 1995. He's been here 30 years. He's a citizen now, brings over that Italian flair. This is authentic Italian. His cooks are from Naples. Folks, it doesn't get any more Italian than Italian Food Company over here. And that's why when we Cybertruck through the Keys, we're stopping here every single time. This was one of my favorite stops so far. I mean, all these stops so far have been incredible, each in their own way, but just meeting everyone, seeing all these great meals being prepared for us, and meeting these gentlemen who just came from Italy, just second to none. Folks, I have a favor to ask. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and I want you to tell everyone about Cybertruckin the Keys with Mark of the Cyberbeast. We got new content coming to you tomorrow.